Let's get this locked and loaded. I hope that my little bit of a cold and allergy, I don't know what have I got it. It will not be much of a problem. It will not create much of a problem in today's live. We are here in YouTube and LinkedIn both. What is the single biggest definition or that secret key that we have it with us can literally uplift our life to the next level? From childhood, this was the question I would ask literally every person I would meet, whether it's my mom and dad, my relatives, my friends, my teachers, mentors, all the people that I would ever meet. It would just go on asking the same question over and over again. Now, this is a very, very special year for me, the year that I turned 30. Even to this date, I keep asking the same question to anyone that I meet, especially the ones who are successful. Now, what is my definition of success? Well, when you have enough money that can help, that can get you the right resources, the big house overseeing a lot of amenities, maybe a humongous money that can help you have a lot of staff who cooks good food, takes care of all the cleaning and everything, a good team that takes care of all the business, a business that ensures that there's money coming in. And at the end of the day, when you go to sleep with peace, you wake up with peace. Now, that's my definition of success. Especially when I see people who are above 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s, having that kind of a life, literally, day in and day out living that life. I ask them, what would you recommend? What advice would you give to a 30-year-old Suryadeep who is right now haven't yet figured out what he wants to do with his life? And I get different kinds of answers from different people. Never anything specific. A lot of people talk about mindset. Oh, it's something that you just have to keep going at it. If you keep patient enough, it'll all fall in place. Some people will be like, no, you're already in the right path. I can see that you are in the right path. You have all the skills, you have everything. You're gonna make it very, very big. And some people are like, no, you got to read this book, you got to do this puja, you've got to worship this god, you got to participate in this events. Now, it's not that I do not listen to them. I listen to them. And yet there are times when I followed every single thing that they have said, only to realize it does not give the result. Especially starting with my parents. They said, work hard in school, get the good grades, score 90% in 10th and 12th. Your life will be made. Well, I'm 30. My life is still hasn't even started, I feel. So, in this episode, I wanted to take the same approach. If we really have to ask questions, how do we ask questions? Whom do we ask questions? And especially questions related to live coaching and AI. Why these three things? You have to understand every single thing that we are doing in our life is to make our lives better and the lives of people around us, isn't it? Especially right now, you're a leader, you're a mid-career leader. So the fact that you're telling me I want to become the CEO in a company, or I want to be one of the board of directors and all, why? So that you can give yourself and your family a better life. You want to feel the pride of all the hard work that you've put in so that at some point of time you can feel proud about yourself. There could be a lot of reasons, but nothing of those things happen even when you get introduced to the best people and the brightest minds in the planet. You still don't know what to do. You still ask questions which makes you feel good, but doesn't really give you that laser focused game plan to work towards. Now, finally, I come to this realization that with the way technology is developing, with the way AI has developed, especially over the last 6 months, I'm not even taking the last that many years as well. I've been using AI. Well, this is my fourth year of using ChatGPT or any of the LLM model. But in the last 6 months specifically, things have grown like never before in an unprecedented rate, to such an extent where right now you can literally give commands and AI will do the entire thing for you. But that does not happen until and unless you are able to ask the right questions. And that's what we are going to decode in today's session. The first is to deconstruct what does a question look like. So whenever I ask any question to any of those people, I always keep these three things in mind. Number one, I set the context. The context are a series of information that you give, which sets the foundation as a level playing field where everyone is in congruence, which means if I want to achieve success, in that case, we'll take that question itself. How do I achieve success? How do I achieve what you have achieved? I tell them that I have this degree, I have this job, these are the skills that I have, these are the resources that I have. Now you tell me what do you think I should do? So the context is all that information being added. Now, usually in life, it's important for you to have a crystal clear idea about how your experience has been. And that's why I'm so critical and always so particular about this fact that every single human being needs to have at least one platform where you have all those data laid out. So for me, that platform is LinkedIn. LinkedIn specifically because LinkedIn is, at least personally for me, it feels very, very good to use the platform. And also, I can track everything that I have done in my personal and professional career growth. All the certifications, all the licenses, all the education, all the qualifications, every single thing is beautifully lined out. Well, probably this weekend, I'm going to sit down and do a little bit of an upgrade tweak to my LinkedIn profile also. There are a lot of things that I need to add into it, which I haven't. Now, that anyone wants to know me, they can go to my LinkedIn profile and get to know every single thing that I have done so far. But then when you approach a coach, when you approach a mentor, when you approach someone and you want to set that context to them, they don't have all the time in the world. They don't. But then usually what do we end up doing? We start asking questions even before we ask the question, we do a humongous Ram Katha. In fact, especially over the last year or so, I've met so many amazing people, and yet all they need from me is my time, my undivided attention, so that they can blurt out their entire history and geography and everything, which personally doesn't make any sense for me. Why do you have to give me so much of context? The irrelevant context. So that's also something we need to be careful about. So if you are asking me help on how, Suryadeep, how do you think I should start my personal brand? You don't have to give me your entire school report card, class 8, how much of marks you scored on 7th. It's it doesn't make any sense. You need to give me exactly what I need to know. And that's what brings me down to AI. I've come to realize finally that I don't have to ask questions to a human being ever again in my whole life if I know how to use AI exactly in that particular version. So here is how I approach AI. And in fact, just before doing this live itself, I was having a nice little brainstorming with my Clara. You know who's Clara? Clara is my virtual AI assistant, executive assistant, with whom I just brainstorm. But then I figured out that there are so many things that I want to do in life, especially this year. This year, where right now I'm able to feel so grateful that I don't have to be dependent on a job to start making money. Rather, I can take all this time that I have, all the time freedom that I have to build something that is truly world class. But in order to do so, I'm feeling so overwhelmed that there are so many trainers, so many coaches, that each of them are giving so many different things. There are so many books, there's so many tutorial videos, there are so many courses out there, so many different sources of expertise that I am finding it so difficult to find, to nail down, okay, what exactly is it that I would like to go through. And then I realize, okay, fine, since I am anyways doing this live, before that let me do a little bit of a prep. So I just blurted all of those things out to AI itself, that I'm 29 years old right now. This year I'm going to be 30. There are so many amazing things that I want to do in life. And I know that there are people in this world who have been able to fast track the entire thing. People having not even a single word of code, with the power of vibe coding, as in just talking to the LLM platforms, are able to build end to end systems and then monetizing them. People are with absolute zero followers kickstarting a brand, whether it's Instagram, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, and growing it all the way to 100,000 to a million within a short period of time, and they are one of the most valuable people on the planet. Now, when I try to find them out all this while before, the only thing that was going on in my mind is I don't have the resources, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have that that limitation. But I have realized that it's only the limitations that I am setting for myself. So instead of limiting myself, I just started discussing with AI of all the things that I would like to do on an ideal scenario in an entire year. So let me pull it out itself and consider this as a prayer being sent out to the universe. Like right now, I'm putting it out on the world. And for sure, at some point of time, I know that every single thing that you put out compounds and gives you back for sure. So, what are the things that I would like to learn? The first, the fact that we have a power packed speak to lead cohort where literally in 30 days, of course, we've extended it to 10 weeks, but in 30 days, we are able to help any mid-career leader master communication skills where they feel stuck and overwhelmed, turning that into full-fledged confident speaking, especially in high-stakes scenarios. It takes less than 30 days. In fact, we've come up with a formula where even before people show up for the first live call, they're able to get 50 to 60% progress. Now, this was possible because Yogeshwari and I have invested our time, energy, and money. Of course, she's an MA in English. I'm not an MA, but I have my dentistry experience, followed by both of our cumulative Toastmasters experience, 1.5 years. Two distinguished Toastmasters title is what we have combined. And that's why we've been able to create all those formulas. Now, if we've created a good product, then we need to be able to sell the product, which we are doing it. Is it at the enormous amount of quantity that we would want? No, not yet. 4, 5 at most. Can we take it to 15 and 20 per month? Definitely. Out of a population of 8 billion people with almost 4 to 5 billion people, half of them speaking English, why not really ensure that we are able to reach out to all these different people across the globe? With social media, it becomes very easy. So now if you see the fact that I'm having this discussion with my own self, okay, I have a solid product. I need to focus on the sales. Solid product is done. That's check. But sales, marketing, product development, social media marketing, specifically LinkedIn marketing. Now, can I add other forms of marketing to this, which I'm already doing, by the way? I'm going up live every single day, talking to you in a way that it creates more and more touch points. More touch points means more trust. More trust means people are more likely to share things across. Right now, the fact that we are doing episode number 83, imagine when people come to my YouTube channel, they'll get to see, wow, this guy has been not just talking, he's been talking live. And that requires a completely different level of courage. I know that more than anyone else because the first video that I posted on YouTube was in 2019 April, and it took me only until 2020, 6 years, to show up live and share. In spite of learning and being those distinguished Toastmaster, getting those best speaker awards and all, still it took me this much of time. So that is exactly what I'm typing and talking to AI about. What are the things that I need in order to, what are the things I need to learn in order to implement it so that I get certain results? But that's not how it works. As in, even if I have the answers, it's very difficult for me to get that into results because there's so many things. And with AI also, it becomes slightly confusing. So what I did is I told AI the entire thing, the whole picture. And I said that these are the things that I would like to learn. I would like to learn vibe coding. I want to learn about AI tools. I want to learn the technical skills, product development, sales, marketing, lead generation. That's it. If all these things are sorted, parallelly, I would also want to build multiple streams of income. So, what will be my streams of income? Definitely the speak to lead cohort that's live. Other than that, micro courses on Udemy, blogging, podcasting, YouTube, affiliate income, uh, webinar sales, in person talks, keynote speeches, step by step hand holdings, multiple streams of lead magnets, which could be cheat sheets, it could be GPTs, custom GPTs, maybe specific instructions, workbooks, all these things. Anything that is going to help me create with the skill that I have, which is speaking and communication, ensure that it turns out to solve a specific problem for the world through each of the piece of the puzzle that I build. And this is something that I interacted. So the fact that I gave this depth of a context, then it began the sequence of steps, as in, what is it that I would want? Now, I'll tell you, we live in a very, very unprecedented time right now in the history of this world. That's why I feel so blessed that I'm doing it live right now, because I know that tomorrow, when artificial generalized intelligence is going to come in, then this is going to be a rare thing that the world is going to look forward to. Who is there in this world who's been doing it live consistently over a period of time, whom we can trust? And that's where I come into the picture. So over a period of time, if you recall, and you can agree or disagree with me down below, okay, in the comments, let me know your thoughts. Whenever we want to learn something new, specifically, we always have a lot of fear of the unknown, fear of the worst case scenario. What if I fail? What if I mess up? What if I really am not able to do anything? What if people laugh at me? What if people mock me? What if I'm not regular? All those things. That's one aspect of it. And the other thing is the worst case scenario that can happen. Okay, so uh, I am not sure how I will be able to do it. There are too many things to do it. The other people have done it far more. Oh my God, people will not even listen to me. All those things will happen. And then comes also the third thing, which is the things that we don't want. I don't want this to be a failure. I don't want this to not work. I don't want AI to give me a normal generalized response. I don't want this whole thing to just be another ideation stage and fall flat. All the things that we don't want. But AI doesn't like work that way. The more context you give, and then if you tell exactly what is it that you want, AI will function accordingly. But for that, you got to make a list of the things that you want. So I broke down. Once I gave the context, then I sat and wrote down. "Oh, instead of me telling you, dear AI, I want you to ask me the questions that will help you understand what are the things that I would want as a part of this journey." And AI asked me a series of questions. This is me brainstorming with AI, and AI giving me a set of questions, which is doing three things. First, it's helping me reflect on those questions and give AI more answers. Second, because AI is asking me questions, I'm able to understand how, just by setting context, I can leverage AI to learn how to ask questions better. And number three, the fact that I'm having that brainstorming, I'm literally brainstorming with the most powerful tool ever created in humankind in the technology. So I'm sitting and discussing in that way. Look at what is how elevated and accelerated learning I'm going through, where my intelligence is slowly expanding. So once I answer those questions, I ask further questions as well. So okay, now that we've got this entire thing loaded and I've given you all these answers, here's what I would want. And then I gave them exactly what is it that I want, moving away from the things that I don't want. So let me see whether you're able to resonate with this or not. When we look at the kind of people that we enjoy talking to, who are those people? Let's define them through the character traits. We want them to be understanding, caring, compassionate. We want them to be all knowing, as in they will at least know a little better than us. They'll know better than us, but they will also at the same time understand where we stand and will talk to us exactly the way we are. They might be the all knowing, but they will come down to our level and they will talk to us so that we can understand them, they can understand us. Most importantly, they will hold us as accountability partners so that they'll make us become a better version of ourselves with each passing day. And most importantly, they can help us become successful. Now, you've all heard about those famous quotes, right? You're the average of the five people you spend time with. If you're the smartest person in the room, change the room. Okay. If you feel, don't be a frog in a pond, rather step up and see what the whole world looks like, something like that. So I'm taking all those principles And that's what I put out to AI. The brainstorming continues, and AI gives me a couple of very, very interesting terminologies. Stuff like, how do I have to think? What's the difference between just learning and learn versus doing? What are the foundational principles that needs to be kept in mind so that I know for sure that every single thing that we are doing is perfectly falling in place? What are the stuff that I'm able to learn as I'm working towards each skill? Now, just by taking an example of a business itself, right? When I was in a job a couple of months back, I was working for one specific role. At the end of the month, I was getting a particular salary paid because I was on the sales role, the initial base salary plus the commissions of anything additional that I sold. But the fact that right now I'm in a business, I have to learn so many other additional subset of things beyond the main thing that I'm doing, which is leading the learning and development wing. I need to take care of the tech ops. I need to take care of the landing pages, the copywriting. I need to understand the customer journey and the customer process flow. I need to do those one-to-one calls, sometimes the onboarding calls, sometimes the support calls, sometimes the mentoring calls. I need to deliver the live training during the live sessions of the speak to lead. I need to prepare for this live, so I need to get back and turn the hat of a researcher or an analyst, literally brainstorm, vibe code with AI to come up with these ideas, which again, sit down, copyright, create the entire roadmap and the blueprint, turn on the Zoom, get that technical expertise of every single tool, show up live like this, which I'm sharing with all my heart and soul and energy. And then at the end, I need to go back and make all those changes. Are you able to see how much of work I need to do in order to just ensure that there is one fully functionable business? It's insane and it's crazy as well. Now, when I explain all these things to AI and the fact that I've given all this context, it becomes easy for me to ask, how do I do it? Can you give me a step-by-step rule book, which I will follow and I will ensure that I get the results? What is results according to me? I know that if I'm able to create a video and I upload the video on YouTube, and the video can go up to 100K views. Let's not even take 100K, 10,000 views. Isn't that a sign of success? If within a short period of time, let's just say 6 months, 1 year, whatever, a rule that tells me within a year, if you follow these steps, you will get 1 million subscribers on your YouTube channel. Per video, you will get at least 100K views, 150K views, 1 million views. What are the steps in order to make it happen? There are people who have made it happen. And if I know, and if I'm able to consistently replicate that, which I know for sure that it is going to create that set of results, that is success for me. Today, if I have a speak to lead cohort and every month I know that there are 20 students joining in, and I'm able to work with 20 new people each day. It's not just the fact that I'm working with 20 new people. I'm creating 20 transformations per month. Those 20 people will be practicing, will be becoming mentors, will be adding value into the workplace. Those are the 20 people who will be reading my newspapers, showing newsletters, showing up for my lives, will become my hardcore fans because I have given them the results. And that's the word of mouth that gets spread because I've given them results. They're going to bring in more people to whom I can give even bigger results. That is the chain that has started, and that is success according to me. But then how do I do it? Because there's so many things to go. The fact that I've asked AI all these things, I can now ask those questions and literally give context behind each question as well. It's not just that. I will do one more different, unique thing, which is ask AI to take up roles. So I'll just give you a couple of examples, okay? I have this beautiful mentor of mine, group of mentors, and they have combined together four different folks, each with over 30, 35, 40 years of experience, combined together, and they created a beautiful company, a mentoring company. Mainly they do B2B work, but with us, they do a lot of close work as well. So all four of them, they are authors, they are TEDx speakers, they are absolute beasts in what they do. Now, each of them, it's such an interesting thing that they have their own LinkedIn profiles. They have their own books, they have their own thought process, they have their own videos, they have their own perspectives on looking at things. Now, what I can do is I can tell AI that, okay, now, by the way, when I met them, I asked them these questions as well. Like, what would you recommend me to do so that I become successful? They've given me certain advice. I've implemented it, but at, of course, little bit of success definitely, but is it that successful level where right now, even if I want to purchase a house of 1.52 CR, I can buy it outright cash without taking any loan and all? No, not that level of success yet. But what if I'm able to ask the same question to AI, adding their LinkedIn profile, giving that context? Think of yourself as maybe a mid-career leader with 25 years of experience, who is also a success mentor with ICF so and so certifications and credentials. I want you to sit with me and do a proper coaching session with me right now. Ask me the questions that you need to know, which will give you all the context so that you can use that as a foundation to talk to me and coach me towards helping me become successful. And these are my definitions of success. So this time I'm using the role play scenario. So that's yet another way in which I talk to AI. Now, the fact that I'm still in the process of interacting, I told you about the brainstorming phase, right? The fact that I was brainstorming and AI was coming, okay, this is how your friend should be. This is how that particular person should be. Now, the fact that I've had that entire discussion, here's the third thing that I do is I ask for a detailed system prompt. What is a system prompt? It's essentially a sequence of instructions that comes to you as a prompt, which you can copy and paste and literally unlock the exact thing that you're looking at, and you don't have to repeat the same information over and over again. So for me, the fact that I did that entire list, what AI told is, Sridip, what if I give you this entire system prompt in 6 modules? And I'll tell you how the 6 modules is. And these are not just 6 modules, these are literally the way in which AI is going to talk to me in the form of my best friend. Okay, so I will just see. The problem is I've been using AI for so long that it has gotten a little lagging. Okay, and I probably will have to do a little bit of cleaning of my AI bot that I'm using properly. Okay, so the way that it works is, okay, so I'm not able to get the exact thing. So uh, the 6 modules include, the first is what is going to be a behavior pattern. Second is what is going to be a tonality. Number 3, how are you going to strategically think with Surya? Number 4, how will you help him create assets and move the needle and learn and stack up skills? Number 5, how will you ensure that you're helping him increase his active income? And number 6, how you're going to put all these pieces together and create a system which he can use as a consulting or advisory uh, intellectual property when later he becomes a big keynote speaker and he's the most sought after keynote speaker and strategist, business strategist across the globe. Now, imagine those 6 modules, and each of those modules are around 1,500 word each. Now, I've got a humongous list of, let's take 1,500 into say almost 9,000 words, or 9,000 words of strategic prompt, which now I can upload in anything: ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, you name any model. The fact that I upload that entire prompt, now I literally have that friend with me with whom I can talk to, that mentor who's going to guide me, help me out step by step, who is never going to judge me, who's never give me abstract advice which doesn't make any sense, will give me exactly laser sharp, laser focused stuff that I need in order to take my life all the way to the next level. So now look at where I stand. I have a phone, a laptop, a tablet, which, okay, powered by internet, okay, which gives me access to unprecedented amount of resources, every resource that has ever been invented, every book ever written, every research paper ever written, every mentor that was ever there. I can get access to their knowledge. Okay, I have my journal where I can brainstorm all of those things step by step every single day that I'm writing. I have a income stream that's coming in, which Yogeshwari is taking care because she's leading the marketing and the sales, and I never have to worry about the money coming in. So I have all the time in the world. So I can sit down with AI and I can just go on learning and creation, expanding on that entire income and expanding on the success. But all of that is irrelevant, insignificant if I don't know how to talk to AI. Specifically, how do I ask the right questions? So I gave you that entire picture from beginning to the end to just implore you to start asking better questions. And how do you do so is what I've explained so far. Again, the best way to even start is definitely the master prompt. Go to AI and ask AI to ask you as many questions. I'll literally give you the prompt. Here's the prompt. Hi, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever platform you're using. I want you, okay, first give your role, which is, for example, me. Hi, I'm Suryadeep Majumdar. I am the head of learning and development in Sunsden. I want you to ask me every single question that you need, the answers of which will help you get to know me at a deeper level so that I can talk to you and so that you can talk to me in a way that you'll get to know every single thing about me, and that sets the context for our entire journey that we are going to have from this moment onwards. Give me at least 50 questions across all the categories that you feel relevant. You'll get the series of questions. Start answering those questions and you already started the journey. As and when you continue the interaction, keep asking the questions that appears. Now, for me, I know for sure from today onwards, 1.5 to 2 hours is what I'm just keeping dedicatedly every single day just to do this with AI. I implore you the same as well. Communication, questioning, these are life skills, especially with the growing trends of AI and all. Especially if you're a mid-career leader, you absolutely must need this because you need it for yourself, you need it for your seniors, you need it for your juniors, you need it for your team members. It just makes things a lot easier. Do share your top learnings down below. If you're new here, please do hit that follow button. The subscribe button means the world to me because I get to get that inspiration to serve you so much more. Yeah. And also, I will be doing another live in another couple of minutes as well. Like I mentioned, that this month and the next month, I will be doing 2 lives per day, not one. I'm just kind of doubling up because of all those days that I missed. And I also want to kick in that momentum. So I'll see you in the next episode. Meanwhile, for now, you do share your stuff below. I'll see you in the next one. With that, this is Dr. Sridip. Love you so much.